Sure, we break some balls here tonight.
All right. Welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the true north. This is your friend, Mr. BDA, and alongside with me, as always, my co-host, the one, the only King, Bucho. King, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Guys, thank you for joining us. Let's get the business right out of the way. Don't forget to check out our Discord page, BDA Boxing Discord, and also our... Bucho, what's the other one you always tell me about?
Instagram.
Check out Instagram, BDA's Boxing Instagram page, and the Discord page. That's right. No stutter steps around here. Let me tell you that much right now. So that's about it. Thank you guys for joining us on this soon
Hey,
to be
BDA,
summer.
can you increase your volume?
Raise my volume.
Yeah.
All right. You can't hear me properly?
Well, it's a bit low.
Okay. Well, maybe on the, what's it called? On the Hangouts. All right. Because I don't want it to get, is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want it to get too hot, though. We're going to have problems then. All right. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here today, or tonight, rather. I want to give a shout out to Canelo, Gonzalo. We also have Bay Area Boxing, Michael Stott, Pete, and Revolucion, Triple JJ, The Great 23-ish, Walter Morrison, Squared Circle, James Doherty, Shepherd's Sons, Fight Scout, Chris Gonzalez, Rick Rocca, Air Max, Danny Lopez. Shout out to Danny Lopez. And that's pretty much Chris K, aka Undercover Asian, and much more to come, I'm sure. We're going to be taking phone calls tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so if you want to call in, we're going to put the number up in the description. In fact, I'm going to do it right now, but don't call yet. No, actually, I'm not going to do it right now. Let's start talking about the fight tonight. All right, Bucho, what are you sending me here?
Yeah, the red letters with the red background, it's like kind of fucked up.
All right, well,
I sent you the just copy paste it.
all right. This is great to do during the show, by the way. Really
Yeah, I know. But
fantastic.
fuck, it's red. Anyways, I'll be talking for while you do that shit. I don't
Try
know,
to keep
guys.
it without. Try to keep it curse free. By the way.
Yeah. So some guys in the chat were saying that Golovkin looks slow, and I think he looked like the Golovkin that we've been seeing for the past few years. I mean, in my opinion, he did what he had to. You know, okay, whether he looks slow or not, what were you guys expecting Golovkin to do? To knock this guy in 2 rounds? Come on, you went to 4 rounds. He's pretty good. He knocked him out. And yeah, he's 37 years old, but I don't think he looked that old as some people are making out to believe. Now, my question is, did we actually see any difference in his style now that he has a new trainer? So that's what I would like to know, what you guys think about that. No, now the chat disappeared.
Yeah, it's not Bucho. This is why I try not to do these things during the chat, because now look at this. Now I gotta restart the whole fucking shit.
What do you mean restart the whole fucking shit?
I mean, restart. I gotta copy. I'm copy pasting what you gave me, and this is what we see. Look at this.
Yeah, because you probably put some spaces.
I'm not putting any. I'm copy pasting everything as you send it.
All right.
Keep talking, man. I gotta take care of this.
Well, anyways, let's see what people are saying in the chat. We have Bay Area Boxing says, I can see it already, man. Triple G is gonna take a beating. Okay. By who? By Canelo? Revolucion, good evening. What else are people saying about this fight? We have James Doherty saying Smith could make heavyweight. Oh, yeah, they're not talking about. Smith could make heavyweight, he says, but he has a knockout punch more than Canelo and Triple G. All right. Dominic Brown says Steve Rose is literally a personal trainer. I wouldn't be surprised if he did Uber on the side as well. So Dominic Brown doesn't think that the Steve Rose was a decent opponent. I think he put up on a good fight. And I'll be honest, I never heard about this guy, or I never even watched one of his fights. So, but he was doing some good body work against Golovkin. He wasn't that bad. Cachnello in the chat says, "Who has Smith beat? A washed up Groves, a Chinny and Dam. Give me a break." All right. Boxing Spectrum, Gonzalo in the chat says, "Yeah, he looks human now." All right. Well, I don't know. I think we're being too harsh on Golovkin right now. Because what? Because Golovkin knocked out Rose in round 4. He was getting hit. Some he got hit like twice. Let's be honest. You know, it's not. Remember, you guys remember Billy? I always call him Billy Monroe Jr. Willie Monroe Jr. He was tagging Golovkin multiple times. Nobody was freaking out. Only the Golovkin detractors were going like, "Oh yeah, I told you he has no defense." But
All right,
Golovkin
I'm
is known
back.
to do this.
Yeah, people, I agree, man. Like you said, the Willie Monroe thing. He was getting hit. That's his style. He gets. You saw he was starting to roll with the right hands. Golovkin was. He doesn't have the fastest defense. He's not moving his head side to side like Canelo and all that. But he's a pretty good. For a slow guy, 37-year-old, he's got good defense. He gets hit. That's expected. But what's the point of hitting a guy if you can't fucking put a dent on him? And Rose wasn't gonna outpoint him. He wasn't gonna knock him out. The problem becomes when he steps in there. I'm talking about Golovkin. When he steps in there against a guy like Canelo again, third fight. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that. Bucho, I wanted to ask you. People talk about how after Golovkin has knocked this guy out, people are gonna start talking about Banks, his new trainer. How good is he? What can he do in there? What do you think? Same old thing from Golovkin.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to know what you and people in the chat think about this. Is a new trainer actually bringing something new to Golovkin? Because a lot of people were talking about like how they were seeing little things in the during training with
Mhm.
Golovkin, but uh, in the fight, what I saw right now, I didn't see anything new. But then again, it was only 4 rounds. Was that enough time to see something different? I don't know.
Triple G always looks good. He always looks faster hitting the pads, hitting the punching bag. When but when you're in a fight, you're gonna look a little bit slower because you actually have to pick your shots and you have to be conscious of a guy punching back. And with Golovkin, it becomes even more apparent. He can look fast hitting the bag, hitting the pads, but once he actually steps in there, he's actually pretty slow. Now, he does mix in the speed of his punches. He pity pats and then he'll hit guys with one shot, but that one big shot is quite apparent. Guys can roll under it or roll with certain shots, weave under the hooks. And you saw at the end Rolls, though, he got hit with that Rubio left hook. You know, that left hook that got Rubio out of there from Golovkin, right on the
Yeah.
top of the head. And that's a very unorthodox punch. It might have taken Golovkin longer to take Rolls out if he wouldn't have launched that punch. What I liked about Golovkin in this fight is he was going to the body. They're definitely going to the body more, working both sides, right hand, left hook. And there was a point in the 4th round, I believe, he threw his usual left hook, right uppercut, and then he went with the left hook downstairs, and you could tell it bent Rolls over a little bit. And like overhand right. I mean overhand in the chat is saying Triple G needs his body attack now more than ever. That's true, Bucho. At his age, he has to wear guys down. He can't rely on outspeeding any of these guys. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. Or surprising them with a left hook or power punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He's not
that's
gonna
the thing.
surprise anybody, and especially if they shell up. I mean, if they're shelling up like this guy Rolls was, go to the body, man. Don't rely on single shots, man, because it's very hard that's gonna go through, man.
Pop Tart Gun in the chat room says BDA, fast is slow, slow is quick. U.S. Navy SEALs Maxim. That's a good point. And by the way, Butch, I just went into the studio, Blog Talk studio. There's no episode set up.
Oh shit! Wait, hold on. I
Oh,
didn't
I-
start it yet. Well, I was gonna tell you to give me the green light.
All right. Well, there's the green light for you.
So okay, I'm gonna start it now because that was I wanted you to know if you wanted to start it now.
All right.
You didn't say
So,
shit.
but this thing, this guy makes a good point. Pop Tart, actually, not this guy. Pop Tart makes a good point about in real life, fast is slow, slow is quick. That's true. In boxing, though, it could hurt you. Now, Golovkin did start slow in this fight. I understand it's a tune-up fight, and he says he wanted to get the rust out. This one, I can't believe. I can't believe his reasoning for going slow because. If he goes fast against, so Triple G's not the type of guy that can start out fast. His hand speed is not up to par for that. So I understand why he needed to start out slowly. And so I can understand that he wanted to start slowly and get the ring rust out. And now he got the ring rust out. Now the question becomes, who does he fight next? It would appear to me that most people would say the logic is that, hey, Golovkin cannot and should not fight guys that can outspeed him. And there's a lot of speed in the 160-pound division. You got Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, I assume he's going to go back down to 160. I don't know. I haven't been following his saga, so I don't know if he's going to go back down to 160. Then you got Andrade, who's going to be fighting Sulensky, I believe, next week. I hope I'm not wrong about that. And he's got plenty of hand speed. Charlo has good hand speed himself. So there's a lot of hand speed in this division. I think Triple G can handle it. I think his precision is pretty good. You combine that with his power, and he becomes a force to be reckoned with. But there's still the chance that somebody cannot point him there. And by the way, I don't think it's next week, that fight. I'm looking at the schedule here. It's going to be on... My goodness gracious, well, I don't even know.
Anyways,
Anyway.
let's see what people are saying in the chat. Insanity Casti saying that Triple G will beat Canelo again, no doubt about it. All right. Triple J's, I don't know what he's saying. James Doherty saying Triple G would beat Billy Joe Saunders and Charlo Still. All right. Desha Person says Lions only. I don't know what's wrong with him. Revolution says he fights Rob Brandt or Murata. Anyways, BD, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you doing? Did you open the phone lines?
But yeah, you didn't tell me, so I had to go check myself.
I said yes, man.
No, I said you said I'm gonna start the event, and then I'm talking, and then you just came in
Yeah,
talking.
so that means it started, man. I just click a button.
Bucho, why are you poking at me today?
You just click a button to start the Hangouts, the Block Talk Radio shit.
You're trying to get to me today. What's going
Just
on?
refresh the page. Refresh
yeah.
the page and you'll see what's going on.
It's not necessary to lay a foul tongue on me, my friend. I could get upset. Things could get out of hand.
All right. So while I open up the phone lines, you take care. Read the chat a little bit more.
Let's see. Bay Area Boxing says Triple G got robbed once. Asi says Golovkin looks like a killer. The Shepherd Son says role is for the Canadian branch of the LDPC. Loctus, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Locatus is saying, are these guys always about to go to blows? I don't know what he's talking about. Goshen Boxing says, I got Canelo a slight favorite over Golovkin in the third fight, winnable for both. The Punisher says, ha ha ha, Bucho putting the pressure on BDA. Well, someone has to do it.
5 seconds. 4,
Someone has to do it.
3,
Overhand
2,
says,
1.
everyone was mentioning Ruiz for this fight. Ha ha ha.
All right, go ahead.
Well, he says
Announce
lol.
us. Go ahead, announce us.
Revolucion says Uzcategui versus Triple G.
You can do it. I'll do it then. All right, welcome everybody. We're on Blog Talk right now. We're going to be taking phone calls. We're going to be discussing the Triple G Steve Rolls, or what was his name? Rolls Royce? That's what I call him, Rolls Royce. Hey, he gave it a good shot. He tried to go full speed. Couldn't quite get it done. So that's where we're going to be taking phone calls. Let me just set up the phone number here for everybody so you can call in and give us your thoughts on Triple G. While I do that, Bucho, why don't you keep reading the chat, please?
All right. Let's see what else do we have here. Chris Gonzalez says, so Canelo is a bum. Rasclot222 says, Triple G's resume tells me he's used to fighting bums. The Punisher says, Golovkin looked good. His new training will be more apparent in the next fight. Jason Bourne says, Triple G should have a live pulse. The Quack says, the problem right of Canada at BDA. Sasquatch is saying, were you surprised when Golovkin took hits in the second round? Remember Willie Monroe hit Golovkin at one point? People are overreacting. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Let's see. Guerrero de la Info says Charlos are not ready. We know that. Punch for Pound says Golovkin looks so slow. He goes on to say that altitude training could still be an issue.
Oh, wait a minute.
Overhand says what?
Joe 56984 is saying very sad news. ESPN reported Dan Raphael collapsed ringside and was carried out on a stretcher.
Are you fucking serious?
Let me check this.
Somebody fact check this guy.
Well, what can we fact check it though? I mean,
it's probably somebody. If he saw it, unless he's ringside, then he
but that's what I'm saying is I was being serious. Who can fact check it? Because let me check Twitter. Maybe Steve Kim has something on it.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But
fake news, says Jason Bourne.
But
Michael Stott says, "I believe it." Well,
it is believable. Yeah, it's believable.
It is very believable.
Have you seen the size of this guy? Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't see Steve Kim reporting on it. By the way, I think Valdez.
Talk about one of the deadly sins.
Spoilers for everybody. Valdez just scored a knockdown, I think, at the start of the fourth. So we're not watching that fight, but
no.
Anyway, so what were we saying about Triple G? Yeah, look, he's never been the quickest guy in the world. You're not gonna see him churning out six punch combinations. He's not Meldrick Taylor in there, that's for sure. But he does pretty well for himself when he picks his shots. But Butcher, you could tell, yeah, he was trying to get the rust out and all that. But he was getting hit. And to me, getting hit is part of the game. But the fact that he looks slow, like you said, he tries to put way too much mustard on his shots, which is what's been working for him in the past. But you would think that maybe now, if he's going to be fighting faster guys, he needs to pop that jab out more than ever. I mean, that's the way I'm saying it. He needs to pop that jab. And he was doing it.
Isn't that what people were saying that was going to happen? The jab's going to come back, the amateur background, the amateur pedigree is going to come out. I didn't see that shit. I saw the same Golovkin, which is it's not bad, but when he fights Canelo again, is he going to do the same thing? You know what I mean? Because that's where we need to see the new trainer, his new training show up, But I don't know. I didn't see any jab. I didn't see anything different.
Well, we talked about this prior to the to the second Canelo fight. We talked about how on the podcast, and Precise brought it up as well, that he wouldn't be the worst idea to try to keep Canelo on the outside. And I know some people were laughing at that, like, oh, why should he back up? But it makes sense. I mean, Canelo's the type of guy who wants you to come to him. I mean, in the second fight, in the first fight, he did make Golovkin miss a lot because of what we talked about before, that Golovkin just loads up way too much on his shots. And so that worked. In the second one, I thought it was a very good fight. I think Canelo showed up with balls and decided to fight and become more active, let his hands go more. But Golovkin was sticking that jab into his face as well. And to me, the jab, plus the other power punches that Golovkin threw and landed won the fight for me. But I can understand why some people out there might think that Canelo won that fight based on the body shots. So the point remains, Golovkin has to rely on his fastest punch right now, which is that jab. And against Canelo, though, it's going to be a problem going to the body. Because if he goes to the body against Canelo, Canelo's going to counter. I mean, Bucho, Canelo has the faster hands. And they have similar styles. So if they start exchanging whatever, Canelo's always going to land that punch first. Or most of the time, rather. Not all the time, but most of the time, right?
Correct.
So if Triple G stays on the outside and just jabs, he's not going to be landing that many power shots.
No.
And the judges are going to, then if the judges are looking to give Canelo the benefit of the doubt, they're going to ignore that jab.
Yeah, and that jab is not going to be landing for the most part because of Canelo's head movement.
Yeah,
we even saw that in the second fight. Canelo's head movement he's pretty good at neutralizing a jab. That's what I say. That's why I always say that. This idea that Billy Joe Saunders just boxes circles around Canelo, I don't think that would ever happen. Just because of Canelo's head movement.
Yeah, I was rewatching the Canelo Jacobs fight. Canelo's defense is really, really good. I mean, even with the head movement, if he just stands in front of you and puts his hands up, he's not just taking the shots. He's got what's called an active defense or an active guard. Mm-hmm. He's rolling with his hands up. He's leaning forward and then leaning back and taking away some of that snap from the shots.
And encounters.
Yeah, encounters, yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry, we got a phone call. Yeah. We got a phone call. Let's go ahead and take the phone call right now. 240, you're on the air. 240.
Hello, it's Sandy Cassidy. First of all, I would like to thank Gennady Golovkin. He had an excellent performance. It reminded me a lot of his old self, where he set up the shots, toyed with his opponent a little bit, big drama show, and choke him out. For example, Willie Monroe, you mentioned that fight, correct?
But hold on. Can you hold on before we continue? Can you speak louder into or closer to the phone, because we're having a bit of a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear me better?
Well, I can hear you, but I don't know if the people in the chat can hear you.
No one can hear the guy.
Oh,
all right, just keep talking. Just keep talking. We'll get through it.
Sorry. Well, anyways, as I was saying, like I said before, in a Willie Monroe fight, he toyed with Willie Monroe. Willie Monroe, he couldn't hurt Golovkin. He couldn't fight from the outside. He couldn't do anything. And Golovkin, he just, that's why he said, with the fist, he's like, bring it on. Your fist can't hurt me. You have no power. Toyed with him, took his time, then took him out. Same thing with Dominic Wade. And Rolls reminded me a lot of Dominic Wade, similar record and all of that. However,
yeah, caller, are you still there? We can't hear you. All right. So we lost Sammy Sam. What did he say his name was? Sammy Sam. Yeah, we lost the call. Fuck.
Son of Sam or something.
Anyway, yeah, Bucho, I gotta tell you, sometimes when the caller sounds low, you gotta keep in mind that the people in the chat are gonna be hearing him because it's going through a gain meter.
So I understand. That's why I asked people in the chat, and even people in the chat told me that they couldn't hear him. So
I saw a couple that said that
I understand that's a hangout fucks it up, but everybody couldn't hear the guy.
Everybody? I saw some people saying yes, and then you make up your mind. So it's not everybody couldn't hear him.
Well, most people.
But here's the thing: if it's low, if the phone call is low, there's not much that can be done about it. So we'll just have to take it.
Yeah, maybe people can shout or go on speaker or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe but I told him to raise his voice. Yeah, I know. I told him to raise his voice. I told him to raise his voice.
Yeah, but again, sometimes they're using earphones or headphones, and if you use the speaker from your phone, that's much better. That's what I've noticed.
Caution
there's
boxing says
multiple
BDA
reasons.
versus Bucho on the zone. Yeah, Bucho, I don't know what's going on today, man. You're
I'm telling you, you're just saying that there's nothing I can do. I'm telling you, they
all
can
right. All right,
use.
take it easy. All right, take it easy.
Well, like I mean, I don't understand. Like so. Anyways, if anybody calls, try to use the speaker from your phone. Don't try to use earphones or headphones. 'Cause
By the way, Shepard the Sun says, James Doherty says, who did not want to hear from him anyway. LOL. I mean, come on, man. Now, we want to hear from everybody, man, but it's just, we had some technical difficulties with that call. Call back again, Samity Sam, or Yimidi. What was his?
yeah,
Yimidi Sam?
try something different.
Yeah. And I mean, I could hear you. I mean, it's just, I was concerned for the people in the chat. I didn't know if we're going to be able to listen to his call. By the way, guys, call in. The number is right up there on the screen. 657-383-1147. Scale Bender. Pete says, nah, BDA, you get a little order yourself. Insanity Cassidy says, my bad, phone issues, I guess. I don't know. Call back, Insanity. Call back, and even if the volume's not the best, we can still hear you. I can hear you. I can hear what you're saying, so don't worry about it. Just call back. And Caution Boxing says, Precise probably had one hand in his pants during the KO. Oh, come on. See, people love talking. The thing about Butcher, the thing about Precise, everybody always talks about how Precise is ducking them. Yeah, it always like, oh, Rascal was saying that the other day. I saw Rascal right now in the chat, but I don't know if he wants to answer to this. But he's always saying that Precise is avoiding him. I'm thinking, avoiding him on what? Like, it's like when those people from the World Breaker came in here and they're like, hey, BD, I want to debate you. And I said, on what? And they said, whatever. I said, well, I don't know what whatever is. You have to tell me what we disagree on. I don't know what we disagree on. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're talking about. So if you want to challenge somebody, make sure you're bringing something to the table. It's like,
I think they want us to embrace Pan-Africanism or something like that. Something that's completely unrelated to boxing.
Yeah.
Anyways, since Stu is not going to be showing up, I believe we're going to have to bring a special guest.
Is that right?
Yeah, a special guest will be taking phone calls with us.
All right. You have somebody ready, or?
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay.
Play his intro.
Okay, I'll play his intro when he's here because I don't know who it is.
Exactly. It's a secret.
All right. Butch, I don't know what you smoked today, but all right, we got. Let me hold on a second. Hold on a second. What is this? Okay.
I'm gonna blow this internet up right about now. Bro, what's up? What's up with all that shit talking, bro? I'm being real. I'm being real. Because I picked Valdez.
All right, we got Boxing Style on the line, aka Gypsy Boxing. The Quack says, "Oh, please God, let it be X." No, sorry, it's not X. Boxing Style, are you there?
What's up, bro? Let that hater shut the fuck up.
That's right. That's right. By the way, can you hear me properly?
No reason. Him and Shepard, bro. Bunch of fucking haters.
No, boy.
I can't stand it when I speak the truth. It hurts. It's like Errol Spence all over again.
All right, Gypsy. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Boxing Style, can you hear me properly?
I'm playing.
Boxing, can you hear me properly? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can
All right.
hear you.
Fantastic. All right, so let's start talking about this Triple G fight. People are saying that Triple G, well, he did look slow. We were saying that he looked slow. He got hit a couple of times. It's not that big a deal against a guy like Rolls Royce. That's what I call him, by the way, Rolls Royce. But what about against a guy like Golovkin? I mean, against Canelo or Billy Joe Saunders or Demetrius Andrade? Is Triple G in trouble right now against those guys?
Look, honestly, I can't tell you. Look, the first round, he looked like an old man when he was throwing those punches. He looked like he had no stank on that punches. He was just throwing it. I mean, it might have had stank, but it looked like an old man with rust, throwing some body shots. And as the rounds proceeded, he looked more snappy with the punches. He looked better. I guess it might have been just rust, or it could have been everything, age and rust and combination of he got hit with some shots that, it looked like it startled him. More than it should have startled him, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked ishy, but this could also mean one thing. He could be hiding some shit. He doesn't want to show everything he has because Canelo's watching it. that's what they do sometimes. You know how these guys work, right? That's what Canelo did with what's his name, Chavez Jr. He didn't show what he had, and that was a bullshit fight, by the way, allegedly. You know what I mean?
First of all, I gotta
Both
tell you,
sides.
we gotta keep Chavez Jr.'s name out of this
Yeah,
hangout.
I'm throwing it out of there. But realistically speaking, I think he probably didn't show everything he had, and then he realized the fight's not going his way, so he turned up the gears and fucked him up.
Yeah, he turned on
That's pretty much
the
that.
gears when he got hit and his head snapped back with that left hand. I think that was a bit of a wake up call for Golovkin. He said, "All right, this guy's bringing it. This guy is bringing." By the way, boxing style. Azzy in the
Yeah.
chat says, "Get this casual out of here." I think he's talking about you. What is it? Boxing style. I don't
Ozzy
understand why
don't know
people.
shit. Ozzy was the guy. Was Ozzy? What did Ozzy say about AJ versus Ruiz? Huh? I
I'm
want to hear
pretty
what he
sure.
said.
I'm pretty
He
sure
says AJ. He said AJ first round, I think.
Oh,
Who's a casual now? Tell that shut the fuck up, little bitch.
oh. All right. So,
Yeah, I'm
by the way,
sorry. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. People are gonna be saying now. Well, I mean, I thought Triple G might take him out in the third round, kind of like
I
he
didn't know what round, bro. I said within 8. That's what I said. I
within
said
8.
within 8 because I don't know rolls enough. But what I seen, I don't know what Triple G was gonna do. He might have stalled it a little bit because sometimes he does that just to get the rounds in.
Well, I was gonna ask you, boxing style. I was gonna ask you, what do you think about this? I don't think I ever asked you this. What do you think about that when Golovkin fans say that Triple G lets his opponents hit him because he wants to just let them blow some steam? Do you think that's bullshit, or you think there's some truth to that?
No, it's not bullshit. It's true. Sometimes he does that. He does, but I don't think at this age he wants that to happen anymore. He's avoiding to get hit. You notice him doing the head movement. He was trying to do what Jonathan Banks, I guess, showed him with the pads. He was trying, but he got clipped in the process. And it's not. I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna adapt that technique that quickly. You know what I mean? It's gonna take a while before he actually adapts to use whatever Jonathan Banks teaches him and combine it with what Abel Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Sanjay? What is he? An
Sanchez.
Indian? Is he an Indian or something? Sanjay. Come on.
Baby Sanchez.
By the way, I was
Or
listening.
disabled Sanchez, whatever they call him.
Oh, come on. Are we gonna do
No,
disabled jokes now?
Not disabled, bro. That's a funny ass name for it, though.
He looks like he's disabled though. He's got with the pants up to his tucked in up to his armpits, and the mustache. He does look like he's special needs from the 1980s. By the way, we got recognized on the line. Hold on a second.
Don't get fooled when they tell you that the crime rate is down in New York. Every time I watch the local news, they're always talking about, well, there was a stabbing here, there was a stabbing there, there was a shooting there, but the crime is down.
All right. Recognize, are you there?
What's going on, people?
Hey, good to have you on board. Recognize. Let me guess. Are you in a bodega or in an elevator right now?
No, I'm in the comfort of my home, relaxing. I've been busy, you know. I've been
Good
busy.
for
He's
you.
getting his nails done.
Well, you know what? I was gonna say real quick. I was gonna say I was listening. What was it? 2 weeks ago? Last week, actually, when you guys were doing the same day preview for the Joshua Luis fight, and it was Johnny Boy and Gypsy Boxing were on the line, and they were just talking. And then Johnny Boy says, "By the way, if I had." What's his name? The rapper, the half Mexican, half Puerto Rican rapper, Tentacion or X, whatever his name is.
Tekashi.
Yes, Tekashi. If I had him, if I was his cellmate, I would whip him into shape real good. And then Boxing Style goes, whoa, you would whip his what? You would whip his ass into shape. But Boxing Style was just focusing on the whipping ass part. right to that fucking part. But anyway. Recognize.
You know not to say that around Johnny, around Boxing Style.
Yeah, that's the thing. Johnny Boy didn't know. He doesn't know Boxing Style, so he fell
doesn't
into
know
the trap.
Boxing Style, yeah.
Exactly. I know better than
Hey,
that.
BDA.
Time you understand.
Yeah. Was that Bucho?
I got some I got some comments here. Rascler222 in the chat says Triple G is getting old. Come on. Flescado24 says Triple G was letting Rolls hit him to feel his power. I knew it wasn't because
Come
Rolls
on.
was boxing good. Triple G was letting him. Bay Area Boxing says Rolls was knocked out in sparring 8 days ago. And Tony, Toniato James is saying Triple G will start getting hit more. He's 37 years old and he fights aggressively.
All right. Well, but recognize. I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Boxing Style. What do you think about what these people go? Oh, that Triple G lets guys hit him on purpose. You think that's bullshit?
Look, I think there's a little bit to it. I've seen him do it with Monroe. I'm forgetting the other guy where he wasn't getting hit, then he started getting hit for no, like, he's just standing there. So I took it as he's letting the guy hit him. Look, it depends on the guy. I haven't watched the fight. I just saw the knockout, the fucking the stiff arm knockout that he gave him.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the fighter. He's not gonna do that against Canelo. He's not gonna do that against real hard, punches. Maybe a guy he just wants to knock out, like give a little show. But so yes and no, depends on the fighter.
Well, I got to tell you, the only time that I've ever seen somebody let the other guy, like, without a shadow of a doubt, is Ricardo Mayorga and
Yes,
Nate
I've seen
Campbell.
that.
Nate Campbell, when he let Robbie Peden hit him with that left hook.
He didn't put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, that was...
BDA. Luke Peterson in the chat saying Steve Rolls with the worst name in boxing history.
Well, I mean, he was rolling with the shots. He just couldn't roll with that weird ass overhand left hook that Golovkin throws. Recognize. So, what was your assessment of the fight?
Again, just going by the highlights I just caught, like, DAZN like fucking puts everything on YouTube pretty quick, which I like. I didn't see the whole fight. I can imagine that Triple G kind of more or less looks the same. Maybe he just feels comfortable training with a new guy like Banks, and maybe you'll start seeing it when it comes to like a big fight, a guy that he has to use everything. I'm hearing some people say, well, he looks the same. It's like, dude, Rose is like not even a halfway contender. All right, that's the best thing I could say is that he's a halfway contender. So you don't have to use everything if you're Triple G to knock out a guy like that. So I will hold judgment and whether or not he's changing with Banks or not until like he fights a bigger name.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
tell
the
you
thing.
what I saw. I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a little bit of difference in the foot movement. He did a few things that pivot-wise, offsetting the rolls that I haven't probably seen him do before. Maybe he has done it. I just haven't seen it. Maybe that's a new thing, I guess you could add to his arsenal.
Yeah, what I saw him trying to add a couple more angles on the inside, but he couldn't quite pull it off. You know what? People were saying that, Banks might be able to change his style drastically. But at this point, let's face it, guys, he's 37, 38. He's pretty well set on his style. Maybe with a couple of more tune-ups, he might be able to refine that new style, if there is a new style at all. But how many tune-ups is the DAZN going to let him take? You know what I mean?
Not many. I don't think DAZN. I think DAZN is gonna, they're gonna put up fights that we're gonna get upsets, and they want these guys to start earning their money pretty fast. That's what I believe.
Now let's get right down to it. Here's the thing: all roads right now lead to Canelo. That's the big money fight. That's the prestige fight. He's got the lineal championship on his side. Would it make sense for Golovkin not to fight him? I mean, what else can he do? Fight the winner of Sulensky Andrade, move up to 168 and campaign there permanently? What do you guys think?
Where's the money at?
Yeah, I think like Bucho said, man, I think that's his angle, bro. It's going to be where the money's at. He probably signed his deal with the DAZN because they were offering a lot of money, and like, where's the money? Who's gonna give me the best fight to earn top dollars? So I don't really think he's gonna fucking fight another Rose or whatever.
Mm-hmm. By the way,
step it up the next one.
You know,
People
the
keep,
thing is, though, you guys are talking about how Triple G improved. Canelo didn't really improve much from the Jacobs fight. When I noticed it, I didn't see much of any difference from the way he normally fights.
Agree.
So,
I agree with that.
yeah,
But except the head
yeah,
movement, but
the head
you know,
movement was always there, bro.
I don't really care about that. Like,
He does already have head movement. He just fought a different style because based off of
no, I mean
Danny
the coming
Jacobs.
forward. Like, I kind of like the fact that he was coming forward and moving his head. Some guys don't do that. They don't fucking. They'll come in a straight line and wondering why they're getting popped.
But he had to do that shit against Danny Jacobs, bro. It just there was no other way. He's gonna have to get close to hit him.
No,
So he's not
I
gonna
mean
walk straight through him.
I'm
You know
giving
what I
him a
mean?
little credit for saying at least he didn't come in a straight line, and if he did, he did some head movement.
Yeah, I guess makes sense.
by the way, guys, don't forget to call in. The number is right there up on the screen. So call in, give us your thoughts on Golovkin. Is he ready for a third fight against Canelo, or should he say put his pride aside and say, "Fuck this, I'm moving up to 168," or showing Canelo that I can do my own thing without him. By the way, one thing that I noticed, guys, from the Golovkin fight tonight was that he was in the last two rounds, he wasn't snapping that jab out anymore, and he was just waiting to duck under Rose's shots to get inside, and then he would just stand there and look for the perfect shot. Were you guys a little bit concerned that he wasn't throwing the jab, or is this something that he didn't need to do because he knew it was a matter of time before he hit Rose with something big?
I'm gonna pass on this one because I haven't watched the whole fight. Although I did see that knockout, how he, like you said, he didn't really use the jab. He just like fucking. What was that? What was it? It was like a stiff hook, man. That fucking put that dude to sleep.
Yeah.
Nah, it's the overhead fucking shit to the forehead. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, like a hook shot to the forehead. His signature punch. He does that. He did it twice on him.
Yeah,
That's
he
how
did
he
it.
got it. Yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah,
he hit him with a left hook. I guess it was a hook. Yeah.
All right, let me go to the phone lines real quick. We got 315. All right, hold on a second. 315, you're on the air. 315.
What's going on, BDA? This is 1-2 Kid.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for calling in.
I think the Triple G fight when they got it on, I thought that I hear an echo.
That's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
All right then. Well, I feel like Rose came in and he was nervous at first, but he had a lot of range. He has a long reach, and I don't think I think Triple G probably should have just went after him in the first round while he was nervous, when he was a ball of nerve, but he didn't. And then in the second round he got loose, and then when he got loose, I noticed that Triple G looked a lot looser with his new trainer, but he didn't show me too much more other than the fact that he was just more comfortable in the ring, like what you said. But what I did notice was the guy's reach was crazy. So when Triple G would do normal things that he would do to get out of the way of the shots, he was getting tagged. And when he was getting tagged thinking, oh, I'm out the way, and then he was just getting tagged. And I think he has to take risks. I don't think he takes punches on purpose. I just think that he has to take risks to get inside on guys like that. And as for what the guy said about Canelo not improving, I think the only thing that Canelo can improve on is his stamina. What else does he have to improve on? I mean, he's got everything else. His boxing skills, like, are you crazy? That dude is nice.
Well, that when you said that dude is nice, you could have just said his skills are good or he's very skilled. Because when you say that dude is nice, boxing style is gonna jump all over that. So you gotta be careful with your words. But you're right.
I'm not gonna say.
I don't care what boxing styles think.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
disrespect him like that. But yeah,
all right,
listen
all right.
here. Well, what I meant by I haven't seen anything. Give me 1 second, just 1 second.
Yeah, the wife is starting to nag him. But to want to want through
Get beat
kids,
up by the Turkish mob.
but to 1, 2, 3 kids.
It's not at his
point.
house. That's why.
Yeah. To 1, 2, 3 kids
Yo,
point.
what I meant
Oh, boy.
by what I meant by he doesn't. I haven't seen any improvement. Is his foot movement? I haven't seen anything special in his foot movement. It's still nothing spectacular. It's still stiff as hell. He could improve in that area. The other areas he's got it covered, but that's
Yeah.
the one area that I haven't really seen much of anything. Even from the Triple G Canelo second fight, I haven't really seen much of anything.
Well, he's got good.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, kid. Go ahead.
I would. Okay, I would have to say the reason why he's got stiff feet is because he's short and stocky, and on top of that, he has to plant his feet because he's a counter puncher. So he can't. He's got to use the head movement to get out of the way. He made them adjustments to. I mean, he got a lot better from what he was way back in the days. I mean, he made a lot of improvements, and after that Mayweather fight, that dude is on another level, man. Like, he impressed me when he fought Triple G. I wasn't expecting the first fight, but the second fight, I still kind of thought Triple G won, but they were close fights, though. They were both close fights, and I'll never sleep on Canelo again. I think that dude's got skills. The only issue he's got is he fights in spurts, and he takes rounds off. You know what I mean? It's kind of like AJ. AJ, he'll let them hands go, and then he just like, I ain't got nothing left. And that's just basically it.
Yeah, because I remember
That's all I had to say.
I remember when Canelo tried to go after Cotto in the last couple of rounds. He didn't have the gas to do it. He did improve his gas tank against Triple G in the second fight, but even against Jacobs, you could tell that he's not too intent on really pushing it to the next gear.
Right.
Yeah. So
I can hear that. I understand that.
yeah. So I agree with you.
Stu don't come around for the Triple G fights?
Well, he's got something against. He told me in the Skype. He said, I don't like Eastern Europeans. He says they tried to pickpocket him once, and so that's it. He doesn't trust any of them anymore.
Plus, he's still mourning the death of AJ.
That's right, the death of AJ. By the way, I'm kidding about the pickpocketing. We're both kidding. He never said anything because people will believe.
I rewatched that whole fight. Sorry about that, BD. I rewatched the whole fight. I didn't give one round to fucking AJ on that one.
Let him finish.
Yeah, let me finish.
Yeah, 4th and 5th, my bad. 4th and 5th was they were doing shit. So, but Ruiz landed some good shots on the body. Was it like 1 or 2? Nothing too big. And you had to give that to Ruiz. So that fight, man, I mean.
All right, let's not go back. Let's not go back to the Ruiz fight right now. All right, 1, 2, 3, kid. Thank you for calling in. We'll catch you on the next one. All right.
1-2 kid. 1-2 kid.
1-2 kid. Yeah, sorry. No left hook yet.
Thank you.
All right,
Later,
take
guys.
it easy, man. Take it easy. Have a good night. By the way,
Sorry, BDA. I had to correct you a little bit. I'm sorry.
I think it is 1, 2, 3 kid, isn't it?
It's 1-2.
1-2. All right, so he has to add the
That
left
means
hook.
he drops the 1-2 on you.
He's like Canelo. He doesn't follow it up with the left hook. He's just a 1-2, 1-2.
1,
No,
2,
actually, it's
3,
Deontay
ABC.
Wilder. Yeah, like Deontay Wilder, just a 1-2, 1-2. All right, so I mean, where did we leave off then? Did Triple G, should he move up and stay at 168, or should he? Hold on a second. You know what? Let's see what people have to say.
We got another call.
That's right. I think it's 8:05. You're on the air. 8:05.
Hey, BDA, it's Mike Starr. You didn't have to answer to me right away, man.
Nah, well, we tried to answer right away.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, I just got done watching the Oscar Valdez fight on ESPN.
Uh-huh.
I was going to give you guys a little breakdown.
Well, I just...
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Michael.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
talking to me? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he, as usual, he looked good. He defended his title, I guess, 6 times in a row now. He lost, in my opinion, 4 rounds that he kind of either was gassing out or getting tired. This, you know how Mexicans are from Mexico. They get, when they're hurt, they're dangerous and they get fucking kind of wild. So when Valdez would hurt him in a round before, Sanchez, this guy, would come out and bring it to Valdez. And Oscar Valdez has some sort of weaknesses to to left hooks and shit. So he was getting caught about 4 rounds into it. So I gave Valdez 8 rounds to 4. But there were 4 rounds he looked vulnerable. But I do think he looked, when the rounds he won very, very clearly. And, he defended his title again. I guess they're saying 6 times in a row now.
So what do you think about the Golovkin fight? Were you impressed with Golovkin? Do you see him getting old?
I didn't see the fight. That's why I was,
Ah.
letting you guys kind of break that one down. And I was watching the ESPN card.
Okay. Well, thank you for the Valdez update.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good, usual. But I'm gonna listen to you guys to see how you guys break down the Triple G fight. I was watching the chat. It seemed like you guys were saying that he looked hurt at times, or slow, or old. So, I'll catch the fight later, some way, somehow. But I don't know what that's about. Why you guys are saying that he looks old?
Yeah, well, I don't think he looked old. I think he's been looking old for a while. It's not because of this fight. It's because of how he's been fighting since the Jacobs fight. But yeah, we'll keep on discussing this, man. Watch the fight and get back to us on the next show.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just letting you know, Oscar Valdez looked damn good. I don't know if you guys like Oscar Valdez. He's one of my favorites. One of the best featherweights, I think. He's got flaws, but when he wants to bring his shit, he's pretty dangerous, dude.
All right, we'll keep an eye on Valdez. Now, thank you for calling, Stott, by the way. I was gonna say, listen, the featherweight division is pretty fucking jam-packed. The super featherweight division as well. So, but we need to see these fights take place, man, because we have fighters on one side, we have fighters on the other side of the road, different promoters. So this is what I don't like. But yeah, Valdez, he's doing his thing.
And by the way,
BDA, are you there?
Yes, I'm back.
All right, we have another call.
Oh, all right. Hold on a second. All right, 5110. You're on the line. 5110.
What's up, everybody? This is Ross Clot 222, the one and only.
All right, Wrestler. Thanks for calling in, man.
So, who was that guy? Was that an LDBC uploader tonight that GGG beat up on? He looked like somebody that they found at a gas station washing windows.
Oh, what are you doing?
Keep going.
I've never seen this guy. There's a lot of people over here that's acting like they followed Roll's whole career. I never heard of the guy.
Well, that's because
I'm a casual fan then, because I never seen him in my whole life.
Let me tell you something, Rasclot. I gotta disagree with you on this one. This guy, I heard about him on the car circuit. Everybody was always talking about Rolls Royce. So I said, "Whoa, he must be good." So he ended up showing. No, but seriously, Rasclot, this guy.
He tried his best.
Yeah, go ahead.
He tried his best. We can't even tell. We know that Triple G is old, but he looks phenomenal tonight.
Well, listen, it was a tune-up fight, right? What do we expect?
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves a tune-up fight. I give him that. Fighting Canelo twice, I'll give him. He deserves a tune-up fight. Yeah, but how many tune-up fights is Canelo gonna have? 3 or 4 more?
Well, that's the question that I've been meaning to ask people. If you are Triple G, what do you do? Do you go for the money? Do you go for the money and go for the third Canelo fight, or do you say fuck that and move up to 168 and fight somebody new?
Well, here's the deal. If Triple G could still make 160 comfortably and still is able to compete at 160, then he should stay at 160. I don't think any fighter should move up just because they're getting forced to move up or whatever the case is. Many fighters in the past have stayed at one weight class and became great at that. If GGG wants to stay at 160, so be it. As far as the money fight, listen, we've seen him fight Canelo 2 times already. Draw once, and he lost the second time. Do we want to see a third fight again? We'll all watch it, and we'll all see Triple G lose 10 rounds out of 12 against Canelo if they fight again. Now, I would like to see Charlo fight GGG, and then Charlo fight Canelo, and then Andrade fight the Charlo, and I like to see all these guys recycle and fight each other. But we're not going to get that in this era.
Yeah, I don't think so. And by the way, Charlo is going to be fighting Miguel Cotto's gay cousin or something. I mean, I don't know why isn't he fighting a top middleweight? Why is he? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a guy named Cotto, no? I think. Now, who's he fighting?
Listen,
Seriously.
I'll be honest with you. I don't follow the Charlos until they have a fight come. Like, I don't follow the Charlos until I hear someone say he's fighting X, Y, and Z. I don't follow that guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't follow Tank Davis until I hear about them, about the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't even know who this guy is. He's pretty. Maybe he's on the same camp as Rose.
He's fighting Brandon Adams, who was in The Contender, I believe, or one of those reality shows. And the only name I recognize on his record is Shane Mosley Jr., Shane Mosley's son.
So, and did Shane Mosley's son lose to this guy?
No. Oh, yeah. He lost to this guy.
So Shane Mosley lost to this guy.
Shane Mosley Jr. Shane Mosley Jr.
Yeah. I think I remember about that fight when Shane Mosley's son thought that he could be like his dad, but he's not. He should just stick to playing Fortnite video games.
All right. Rascal going after everybody tonight. All right. So listen, Rascal, we got another phone call to take. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah, I'd just like to say shout out to the Quags and shout out to you guys. Thanks for having me on. Jason Bourne is gay. Peace out.
All right. Shout out to Rascal. That's a punch. You know what that is? That's a punch on the bell. Right on the bell. All right. 3, 2. Hold on a second. 3, 2, 3. You're on the line. 3, 2, 3.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Saw the fight tonight. It was a fun fight to watch. You know, just Triple G fights are always fun to watch. You know, he always finishes opponents in, you know, the 4th, 5th round, whatever. Typically. So he didn't really look too much different.
Speak louder.
You know, he's always taking shots as well. You know. Should he fight Canelo?
All right. Yeah.
You know,
that's the question.
That's what he if that's what he really wants, I think he should really take the fight. You know, get a chance at taking his belts back.
Yeah, but let me tell you something right now. Life is not about fairness, and it's not about what you want. You learn that pretty quick growing up in the streets where I grew up. You don't get what you want all the time. You get what you can take, right? Recognize? You learned that too, right, in the streets?
That's right.
That's right.
Where did you? I just stumbled upon your channel right now. I'm just wondering, where did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in the mean streets of Canada. That's where I grew up.
Oh, okay.
Sesame
That's
Street,
right.
bro.
Nice.
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. No, but seriously, caller? Let me ask you. Forget about what should Triple G do. Let's start talking from the perspective of a fan. What do you want to see? If you're paying for a DAZN subscription, what's the fight that you want to see? What's the fight that's worth your money?
You know, I kind of think Golovkin should. I think he should just kind of, if it was up to me, like maybe just like forget about Canelo, you know, just over the controversial fights you already had. You know, the controversial judge in the first fight. It should have been a draw, I think, in the second fight.
Mm-hmm.
At least, if not a win, maybe. But
can I ask you? Can I ask you Can I ask what's the sound in the back there that I hear some squeaking?
Do you hear it right now?
No, I think it's like some. Did you tell your roommate to stop fucking?
It might be my stupid chair I'm sitting in.
Oh,
Sorry, I'll stand up and talk.
What? You're an old lady? Are you on a reclining chair?
No, I have a nice little computer chair. I don't know, it's a little squeaky, but fuck
I
this
see.
chair then.
All right.
But,
Well, listen. Anything else you want to say before we go? Come on.
It was a good fight to watch. It was fun to watch. I don't know. It would at the same time it would still be a cool fight to watch. You know,
I agree.
Triple G versus Canelo one more time, and
would be.
with his new trainer, I think he really could bring something new to the table.
You're a Jew.
A lot of people saying Triple G is an old dog that can't learn new tricks, but I definitely think there's room to improve, you know.
All right. Thank you, caller, for calling in.
I guess that's all I have to say for right now.
All right. Take it easy, caller. Thank you for calling in. So he wants to see a Triple G Canelo rematch. By the way, guys, if you're gonna call in, make sure you're not high or anything, because it's kind of hard for us to keep up the interest here if you're fucking high or eating brownies. All right.
Hey guys, I wanted to say something. What I want Triple G to do is fight Andrade and then fight Canelo afterwards. I want him to get that belt from Andrade and then fight Canelo.
All right. Well, that's a good plan right there. That's a good plan. All right. 919, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, 919, you're on the air.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good, good. How are you? Fantastic.
Doing
I
all
hope
right?
so. Oh, yeah.
I think everyone's underestimating Triple G in this. It's just one match. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was poorly misjudged. I think everyone forgot how Triple G got to where he is. I mean, he has the power, and I feel he has trained his ass off, if anything, for this fight. I am a fan, but I kind of look at both sides, and I think he just, he was given a good opponent, and I feel like he was just sort of I guess looked upon as a guy who could possibly, what am I saying? Like, I feel like if given the shot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he can do a lot better. But, what are you going to do? This is just a tune-up fight. Canelo's had tune-up fights, and I don't really see anybody complain about him. So that's where I am.
Well, let's be fair, caller. It was a tune-up fight for Triple G, but he did get hit a little bit. He looked slow. Meanwhile, Canelo took out that British guy in, what was it, 3 rounds? Guys, help me out here. How many rounds did it take him to take out Stu's countryman?
Somewhere around there. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
3 to 4 rounds.
Yeah, let's put it 4 rounds. So, but at least
No,
he
3 rounds. 3 rounds. 3 rounds.
3 rounds. Wow.
Yeah, 3.
So at least he didn't get hit in that one. But yeah, he was in a lose-lose situation. That's what it is. He was in a lose-lose situation.
I also kind of saw the interviews with Steve Rolls. He was saying how he was studying footage on Triple G and how he was trying to avoid mistakes that other opponents had made. And so he, I feel, whatever advantage that Steve Rolls had in this fight, what he was using against Triple G, I feel is attributed to, I guess, his homework that he did prior to the fight.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well,
and
listen.
Plus, I'm saying he has 19 wins. He's never lost. And for someone to lose that it's just it's a little difficult for someone to, have that first loss. It's just something that no one gives up that easily.
Yeah, that's the
on
thing.
the other side. I don't know.
That's a good point. It's that O. Sometimes it's hard to let go. And this guy came in, and Rolls, he came in prepared. It was a fight of his life. He had everything to lose in terms of that O. And Triple G also had everything to lose. He had to come in there and look good. And that's the thing. When you're a guy of Triple G's level and you're fighting a guy like Rolls who nobody knows about, nobody's heard of him, you're in a lose-lose situation. You knock him out, you're supposed to knock him out. If you get hit a little bit like he did tonight, you're in trouble as well. So, caller, anything else you want to say before we go?
Right. Yeah, no, I guess just be on the lookout for Triple G. I don't think he has given his all yet. I mean, I feel like he has more to show, and it'll be apparent in the coming fights. That's all I got to say.
All right,
fantastic. I think he was
fantastic.
also trying, like the other previous caller had mentioned, I think he's also trying to, save himself up for the big Canelo fight. Canelo's a big observer too, so, he's just trying to sort of not put all of his eggs in one basket, for, one fight, so that way he can, use all of the advantages he may have for Canelo.
Yeah, he's like the Christian girl before prom. She doesn't want to bleed until it's the night of the prom. She's saving herself for her life mate. So I think that's a good that the way you put it, that's a good way to put it. 919. Thank you for calling in, man. Call in next time, all right?
Yeah, no problem. Take care.
All right, fantastic. So there you have it. The caller comparing Triple G to a virgin before prom, and I gotta tell you guys. I gotta tell you guys.
Guess what? I totally forgot about Tony Ferguson's fight. I put money on that shit. I won some.
Oh,
Good
yeah, what
shit.
happened? What happened in that fight?
Now you can pay your debt to your fucking Turkish mob that's fucking hounding you down.
Yeah, with the finger.
What happened? What happened in the fight?
Knockout, apparently. I haven't seen it.
Ah, well, there you go. I think, you know what? I think we should say spoilers for anybody that wants to watch the fight afterwards. I don't know. Listen, it's not a MMA show, so I don't know what these people are expecting. Oh shit! What the fuck? All right, sorry. I was playing my porn. I was playing my porn.
I literally got like 500 bucks.
Oh, I love women. I love big booties, big bounce that ass. You know what I'm saying?
All right, listen. This show is getting out of control already.
Yeah,
so from what I'm getting about, was that?
I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
I literally got 500 bucks on Kid Gallahan next week.
All right. Well, listen. I wanted to stick to the Triple G thing here real quick because I wanted to ask you guys. I don't know if you've been catching the drift from the callers, but it's all about how Triple G was supposed to look. Let's start with boxing style. Boxing style from a 1 to 7 scale. How would you say Triple G looked tonight? And is it representative of what he can bring to the table against high level opponents?
1 to 10.
That's right.
1 to 10.
That's right.
I would give him maybe it's over 5. I can tell you this much.
Yeah.
It's probably around a 7 or maybe an 8. You can give him an 8. Maximum,
you can, yeah, sure.
7 to 8. Yeah. Around that area. But then again, some people will have different opinions on it.
Well, all right. Well, there you have it. I mean, that's James. Let's go to the chat room real quick, just to see what people are saying. Pop Tart. Actually, the Punisher says, "No wonder boxing style always sounds happy." I don't know what they're talking about. James Doherty says, "Kids smell bad, will get knocked out." Okay, what the fuck are people talking about in the chat room? James Rich says, "I think Triple G looks slow and robotic." And people are talking. Okay, people are. All right, Shepherd Son says BDA said 1 to 7. He's saying 1 to 8. No, I said 1 to 10. What are you talking about? Boxing style. Did I say 1 to 7 or 1 to? I mean 1 to 10.
No,
or 1
I
to
think
8?
he was saying I think he was saying that boxing style can only count to 7 or 8. That's
all right. Do you know what?
Kiss my ass. That's what you can do.
That's right.
I'm just saying. That's what I think Shepard said. I'm not saying I
know.
said that.
Fuck Shepard, bro. Let him fucking hurt some sheep.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. Recognize. How about you? Wait a minute. You didn't see the fight.
Well, I saw the knockout. I saw some highlights.
Yeah, but did you
look the knock? Can I just make just a quick comment about?
Go ahead.
What do I think he's ready? Of course he's ready, man. Triple G's been doing this his whole life. He's ready.
Exactly.
I mean, the last time he fought Canelo. Some people thought he won the fight. I thought he won the fight. I thought it was close, but I thought he won the fight. I think he's ready. That knockout, it's like a fucking 9 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Knockout. I didn't see the fight, but the knockout was like a 9.
Because of the knockout, you could give it a 10, bro. For honestly,
the only reason why I'm not going to give it a 10 is because it was against Rose, right? Okay, I give people that. Yes, I didn't want to see him fight Rose. Whatever the fuck, man.
Well, Bucho, let me ask you. from 1 to 10, how would you rate Triple G's performance, and is it indicative of how he might look against a guy of a higher level?
No, it's not indicative of that. I would say like 8. He got him out of there in 4 rounds. So what else do you want? You know what I
He
mean?
got hit a little bit.
But listen, he fights Canelo again. He's gonna lose, and he's gonna lose more decisively than the second fight. I mean, the second fight was close, but I mean, this time he actually will lose.
Honestly,
getting old.
I told you guys, Bucci, I told you guys, I don't think that fight was that close. Like the second one, I think he got bruised up by a few shots that were like really solid shots on the face. One was a left hook from that was disguised as a body shot. He went for the hook to the face. That was like really devastating. Bruised the shit out of his eye.
Well, you know what? Boxing style.
Okay, so what are you saying? That
he boxed him out, bro. He boxed him out. Majority. I think Fight Scout had it right. I heard that shit from Fight Scout on the chat, and then I looked at him. I'm like, well, he got a point there, man. He was boxing the shit out of him with a jab, the fucking everything, just all around. But he didn't put the pressure like he did in the first fight, so it didn't look much.
Yeah, I have to agree with Box. I mean, well, you're talking about Golovkin, right? Golovkin hitting him with the jab and all that.
Yeah, he thought Golovkin won pretty wide.
Yeah, I think he won like maybe 8-4, 9-3. Things saying 3-9. I think 3-9 is also reasonable too, because I heard fucking Teddy Atlas like that's the score he had too when he was looking at.
But you really want to start to quote Teddy Atlas? It's all over the place, man.
Yeah, because the camera angle of where you look at the punches going, and where you're looking at, like if you look at the back end of Canelo, and he looks like he's landing some punches, but it really isn't landing. It could vary on the judge's eyes. It depends.
I mean, a couple of guys that I watched the fight with, they all thought that Triple G won the fight. We all thought that the fight was pretty close. There was one guy that was watching it with us, and he was like, "Nah, I don't think that fight was close, bro." I mean, he thought Triple G won pretty convincingly. Not that it wasn't competitive; he just thought that he won pretty convincingly. There's some people that have that judgment. I mean, look, what I'm saying is he's ready now, man. I don't think there's any. I mean, what magic shit is he gonna do? Look, this is the key. He has to knock out Canelo to win the fight, or like I said, going into the second fight. And I had confidence that he could do it. Okay, he didn't do it. He didn't. I thought he was gonna beat him up and knock him down at least one time, and it didn't happen. Right? That's how I thought he was gonna win the fight. In other words, he's gonna get it from the judges. The judges are gonna say, "Okay, we're giving it to Golovkin because we can't really take this from him." That type of thing. If the fight's close again, which I can easily see happening again, where some people think Golovkin won, some people think Canelo won. They're gonna give it to Canelo. We know that already.
Well, that's the thing.
One thing I've noticed. Well, you want to go ahead, BDA, or should I say something?
Well, let me just say something real quick to recognize this point. It's true. I mean, listen, for Golovkin, this is the key. For as long as the fight is delayed or doesn't take place, he's at a disadvantage. He's getting older. He's getting slower. He's not getting any faster or quicker. And that's what he needs to beat Canelo, because Canelo's always going to be faster than him. So he needs to make that fight happen. It's true. There's not going to be any magic formula. Banks is not going to show him all of a sudden how to fight like Floyd Mayweather and outbox Canelo. He's going to have to do it through grit, power, determination, and stamina. And every month that passes by is an advantage for Canelo. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, you need speed, man, against Canelo. You're going to need speed. And Golovkin doesn't have that speed, man.
Listen, in my opinion, he outboxed Canelo in both fights. But I know what you guys are saying. Like, I know you guys thought Canelo won the fight, and fine, because it was a close fight. I can't even lie. There was a lot of swing rounds in the fight. But look, let's be honest. I'm not saying it's fair, because it's not fair. It's not truly a gentleman's sport when one guy has to outperform the other guy by a lot in order to get the win. I mean, but we know that, like you said, right? What did you say, BDA? We don't always get what we want. You grew up in the mean streets of Toronto, where Drake's gay ass come from.
Wait a minute. Come on.
Justin Bieber.
One thing I've noticed from Triple G's first fight to the second fight, and even this Rolls fight, Like when you're watching with Rolls, he was trying to get him on the chin initially. He threw a lot of shots on the chin. Give me a sec, man. Fuck.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, as I was saying,
It's robbing the house again.
yeah. When you see him throw the punches, he was usually throwing at the chin. He was trying to get him through the guard. And what happened was he changed it up. He's like, "Oh, this guy ain't getting knocked out from with the shots that I'm throwing, so I'm gonna throw it right on his skull, like right on his forehead." And with Canelo, he pretty much does the same thing. He did in the first fight. He figured out that if he shoots a hook or an uppercut straight to the temple, he hurts Canelo. And he did that shit a lot of times on Canelo in the second fight because he's found out it hurts him. Certain guys get hurt with certain shots. And Rolls was the guy that got hurt by the shot to the forehead. So
Well, you know
who
what?
knows what he's thinking in the third fight that he can utilize? I don't know what he's thinking.
You bring up a good point. Both guys are gonna be.
What he can utilize to hurt him.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
make good points. Both guys are very smart and they can try different things. Not things that will be all that different, but on a minute level. Now, it's the interesting thing here is that you got to remember in the rematch, Canelo's team told him because they went in there trying to knock Triple G out, and then by the end of the fight, they told him, "Stop trying to stop him. You're not gonna stop him." So if they go in there in the rubber match, are they gonna go in there with the same mentality that look, no matter what we throw at this guy, we're not gonna stop him?
You know why they told him that, right?
What is that?
That was before. Remember when he got stunned in the 10th or the 11th round? I want to say.
I think it was before. Yeah, a little bit before.
10.
I think it was.
Okay, so
yeah, 10.
it was before. I think it was before. It was after the 9th round or something like that. They told him stop trying to knock him out.
Right.
I believe that's what it was. Because they probably knew what Triple G was trying to do. He's trying to bait him in to knock him out. Because I think Triple G knew what was. He kind of knew the writing on the wall. Like, look, he's probably a gentleman about it. Will never complain about it. But he's like, look, I gotta fucking drop this dude or knock him out.
Right.
So he was trying to bait him in to do it, and credit to Canelo, he was able to withhold it. But Triple G was setting him up, and it almost worked out, but it didn't happen.
What happened in that rock when he rocked him, when he got him with the right hand? He ended up he starts throwing hooks at him. Like, I won't say haymakers because they ain't haymakers. It was just hooks that he normally does, putting his body weight behind it, moving a little bit of the waist. So it doesn't really show that he doesn't move. He doesn't want to move too much of his waist to make it too obvious that he's throwing that shot. So he threw a few punches in, and then he didn't actually touch him. After he got him rocked, Canelo was just dodging those punches. He was just avoiding them. And my thing is like, why didn't you just throw a straight shot at him? Throw another right hand at him.
Yeah, it's true, huh?
Yeah, he didn't do that. He just kept throwing, I guess he was tired, so that kind of makes sense. So he kept on doing the left and right hooks and shit, and then Canelo started to recover.
He got excited. You know what it is? It's hard to not get excited when you set traps up and you finally get your guy, and especially when you're tired, like you said, boxing style.
Yeah,
that's like a natural instinct that happens. I mean, look, you got to give credit to Canelo because he survived that. But I think the reason why his trainer told him that, which was smart of him, was like he saw. Look, like he's probably saying in his mind, he's trying to set you up. He's not. You're not going to knock him out. The way you're going to knock out Triple G, I think you're going to knock him out because he's too old. I mean, really old, or like a much bigger guy. A guy like Canelo cannot knock out Triple G. It's just not it's not going to happen.
It's funny how in the first fight, Canelo didn't believe that he could actually knock out Golovkin, but he did so in the second fight.
Well, different game plan, right? Like he decided to. I think it was a game plan on both fighters. I think it was a game plan on Triple G's part to like not bang it out with him too much, and on top of that, you got Canelo saying, looking back at the first fight, saying, I was successful when I stood my ground. So it was a combination of both of that. And, it turned out to be a fucking great fight, in my opinion. It was one of the best fights I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I'll admit I didn't like the result, right? Only because it was too predictable, in my opinion. But it was a great fight. And, look, man, these guys they're at the top of their game. Triple G is not going to Triple G's not gonna get any better. Like he's gonna fucking dump it. Somebody's gonna dump him into the fountain of youth, and he's just gonna, overwhelm Canelo. He has to go in there and knock him out.
Well,
Outboxing him, outpointing him.
what
It's not gonna happen.
What you gotta do? You gotta talk to Pacquiao's drug dealer, bro.
that's what I was gonna
what you
say. There is a fountain
What about
of youth.
what about Mayweather's drug dealer? Can you talk?
Well,
to
that's
him
what I
too?
was gonna say. There's a fountain of
why
youth.
not? Talk to
There's a
him,
fountain.
bro.
There's a fountain of youth, and it's called Memo Heredia. Give him a call. He'll get you. He'll set you straight. Now, hold on a second. We got a. Well, I mean, is it the same phone call? Well, let's take a phone call real quick because I had something to say, but all right, 805, you're on the line. 805.
Hey, BDA, it's Mike Stott again. I don't mean to change the subject,
Okay.
but you do know it's Gay Pride Month, right?
Okay, come on. That's what you say when you say you don't want to change the subject.
You guys have
What
no
the
any
fuck, man?
respect for the gays this whole show.
Talk about little talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What did you think of the weigh-in? How did you think Rolls and Triple G looked in that weigh-in?
Well, first of all, I did not like Triple
Don't
G's.
answer that.
I did not like Triple G's G-string. I thought he could have worn something a little bit more provocative, something a little bit more colorful. What he was wearing was so 1989. He had to. It's 2019, honey. You got to step your game up.
Now, BDA.
Yes.
You got to admit it's kind of hot. You got the whole interracial thing going on. Them standing to you got the Eastern European, you got that African.
One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill.
Guys, when AJ was walking in, that song "I'm Coming Out" was his theme, bro.
Now this was.
That's why he lost the fight.
This was his team. Hold on a second.
Think about this dude that I fucked last night, and how his dick was big and his ass was tight. Sucking on my cock
People
like a
are
candy
attracted
cane.
to them
Rubbing
bears,
on my balls and
they
fucking
like
out
some
my
big,
brains.
heavy set boys. Like Ruiz.
That's a
Some
disturbing
people
song,
kind of attracted to that sort of thing too. It's not all about the six pack either. Sometimes it's about some big bears.
All right, Michael. You said you were drinking during the fight. How many drinks have you had so far? Come on.
Be honest.
Quite a bit. I almost finished the whole bottle of Patron.
Jeez. As soon as he decided to leave Islam, he goes into the fucking drink.
He goes to the bottle
right away.
Michael, I'm proud of you, bro. Proud of you.
I gotta also say, when I was watching Oscar Valdez, I was thinking, ooh, this little featherweight brown Latino, looking all sweaty, moving around.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Christ.
I'm, like a big 6'3", 200-pounder. I don't know.
All right, stop.
I'm
Okay, stop.
I'm trying to get into the mood.
Hang up.
You're drinking.
What do you
He's
guys,
drinking.
tickets or something?
No, stop. You're drinking. I don't want people.
You're out. Get out. Come on.
All right, I hung up on him.
You're out. Get out. You're out. Get out.
Sorry, Michael. I know you try. I know he's.
Stop. I'm only doing this because I like you. I don't want people to say,
He's protecting your integrity.
Right.
That's right.
We're protecting. It's the liquor.
Michael, we hung up on you because we want to protect your integrity before you say something really damaging.
I mean, is this guy something,
you can't
or
come
is
back from?
That's right.
I mean, is this guy something, or is he something?
Anyway, listen, we got another call. Let's go.
Kind of like Cameron's ass eating. You don't want to hear that.
All right, 203. 203. You're on the line. 203. Go ahead.
Connecticut.
Hey, yo, guys, what up? It's Revolution. How y'all doing?
Oh, Revolution.
What up?
Yes, just what up? Y'all just checking in real quick. Well, I had some things written down that I wanted to say, but first of all, I just want to object to how you treated the last caller, Michael Stott, because I don't think it matters what orientation you are. You should be able to come on the show.
That's right.
And talk about being proud about it.
I agree. I completely agree with you. But it's the BDA board of directors. Let me tell you something, Revolution. The BDA board of directors are pretty uptight. They're a bunch of wasps, and they don't like this whole new 2.0 millennial world that we live in. But I told them, listen, guys, either you're on the gay train or you're on the hell train, the lame train. You know what I'm saying, honey?
The crazy train.
That's right.
Jesus.
All right. So,
Anyways,
yeah, let me read off. Let me get to the subject I wanted to talk about. It has to do with Triple G, of course, and the thing that interests me the most after this is who's gonna fight him. You know, the way I picture it is Triple G really got like a year and a half left. That's how I'm saying, and probably like 3 fights. I'm saying if he takes 2 more fights quick, maybe just 1 more, like pretty good one, another tune-up fight in a sense, he could finish career with his his fight against Canelo or maybe Callum Smith. But I'm just interested, like, if you guys had like 3 fighters you had to pick, Triple G to finish his career against.
Revolution.
You got to pick 3
Revolution.
fighters for Triple G to face in his last 3 fights. Who you gonna pick?
Revolution. He got like 6 fights, so
Yeah.
in the zone. So that's 5 more left. So I don't know, man. If I had to pick, I would say Andrade, Canelo, Charlo to shut him up, and
that's 3 fights.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Give it a Jew.
If he has 5, that's what I'm saying. Like
Give it a
Caleb
Jew.
Smith, maybe.
Caleb Smith might be too big
what do
for
you
him,
guys
man.
think
Yo,
about
this
like
guy's a
Nick
heavyweight,
or-
man. Now
I think it's a little dangerous to fight Caleb Smith, but why not do it? Do it. Finish it off with a bang.
I like to see that fight happen.
He's gonna get knocked out.
You
I
can
don't
do Chris
know.
Eubank
No,
Jr.
I don't think so.
You probably won't take the
Knockout
fight.
or not, still finish it off with a bang.
by the way, hold
Yo,
on a
and
second.
how about this one? I know this is a bit of a stretch, but what do you guys think about Triple G versus Spence?
Okay, no.
Well, you know what? I was on the Sherdog boxing forums just doing a little research, and some people were saying, "Hey, what about Canelo versus Spence?" So they're obviously keeping that. Some fans are keeping that on the radar, but I don't know. Listen, Spence is gonna stay at welterweight. He still has to take care of Thurman. He still has to take care of Porter. He still has to take care of Crawford. So yeah, Pacquiao. If Pacquiao wins, which I think is going to. And by the way, here's what people are saying in the chat room.
What's wrong with the Jews?
They're talking about Jews. I don't know. It's making me a little feel a little weird. But
Guys in here, that's wrong.
Because you are a Jew.
hey, listen, hold on a second. I don't know what's going on here. Listen, the point is, going back to the Revolution's question, Triple G, all roads lead to Canelo, but he's got a 6-fight deal. Now, I said it before, like Boxing Style said, it's a 6-fight deal. I don't think he's gonna go through that 6-fight deal. I think he's gonna fight 3 times, maybe just 2 even, and then something's gonna happen. They're gonna buy his contract out, or he's gonna buy out, and he's just gonna say, you know what, I'm done, I'm out. What do you guys think?
I don't know,
What?
man. He has the mindset of Pacquiao. He looks like he has the mindset of Pacquiao. He wants to go up to 40 and fight, man. That's the type of mentality he has.
He looks like he could fight for 40, but let's see what happens. I mean, do I think he'll finish? Are you asking like, do I think he'll finish the 6 fights or?
Yeah, I was just asking. Do you guys think? Yeah, do you think he's gonna go through the whole contract, 6 fights?
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, he's 37. Let's see if he doesn't. I'm not even gonna make that point. I don't know. I'll just say like that. I don't know.
Well, it's a difficult question because the reason why I asked it is because I don't think at 38. I mean, how many fights is he gonna go through? Let's put it down on the
5.
line, guys. Exactly. Let's put it down on the line. Let's say he fights. Let's say he fights the winner of Andrade Zulensky.
Okay.
And then let's say he fights. Who else is there? I don't even know who else the zone has at middleweight.
Okay, so he fights the winner of Andrade and Zulensky. They're fighting in a couple of weeks from now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's so the next fight with Triple G would be somewhere in October or November.
Yes.
If he was to go that route, fights Andrade or the winner or Zulensky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to figure Cinco de Mayo of 2020 will be hitting soon. There's a good chance he fights Canelo. Right, he fights Canelo in May of 2020. Depending how that fight goes, right? how does that fight go? How does it play out? I mean, does he go in there and he loses really bad to Canelo, or does he go in there loses but one of those controversial losses again where he can still compete and fight a 4 fight and the next one? So it's for right now it's like a fight by fight basis because we don't know. I mean, we don't know what can happen.
Well, if Golovkin doesn't fight Canelo next, then who the hell is Canelo fighting?
It's
You
a
know what I
good
mean?
question.
And I think
Canelo could fight anybody, bro.
that's
He's
a
in that
good point.
position.
No,
He's in
but I
that
mean,
position.
but who? I'm okay. Let's say if he doesn't fight Golovkin or Andrade, Canelo can just fight anybody, right? The zone probably they want to make some money, you know. So it has to be a decent opponent.
I could see Golovkin fighting a catchweight at super middleweight. Maybe not against Callum Smith, somebody decent that the zone may have at that weight, and make some money there.
Hey, Golovkin against Callum Smith in the UK. That would generate some money.
I don't think Golovkin will do it. I mean, you say Golovkin, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I can see Golovkin do it. That's a dangerous fight for Golovkin. I'm not saying he can't win.
Payday.
I'm gonna say that.
We agreed that he's looking for paydays, right? So
Agreed. That is a payday.
Yeah.
A big payday.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying if he fights Andrade, he could learn a thing or two by fighting Andrade. Andrade has a style that I don't think he's ever fucking faced before.
Yeah, he can learn how to survive, like watching paint dry when he fights Andrade.
That would be fucking boring, man.
I'm talking about like the movement of Andrade to learn some shit. Yeah, he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna catch him. He's gonna knock him out. But he could learn a thing or two by fighting Andrade. He could learn a few things. Just because he's a bum, you're fighting a bum. He's not a bum. Andrade's not a bum.
Yeah.
But
that goes 12 rounds, man.
Hey, what about that guy
you
that
never
called?
know. He might board Triple G to death and win on the scorecard or some shit like that. Yeah.
Well, what about that
it'll
guy
be
that called?
interesting. I don't think so. He'll catch him, bro. He's chinny. Andrade's chinny. So
What
he'll
about
catch
that?
him and finish him. But the skill set, he'll learn a lot of things by fighting Andrade. And then that'll be good for, let's say, somebody like, because he has Jonathan Banks right now. So that'll be good against somebody like Canelo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry.
What about
Killing
that
somebody,
guy?
right?
Yeah, he's killing somebody. He's sacrificing somebody. Listen, what about that guy? Remember we had a caller a couple of weeks ago. He said that Demetrius Andrade has a hand speed, and I believe he said the melanin advantage over both Canelo and Triple G. So hey, maybe
Was that guy H Money?
No, that wasn't. No, that was. What is that guy? I heard the phone call from when you guys did the episode on Friday, I believe, or Thursday.
Yo,
he
this
goes,
is H Money from the Zone, aka Rookie of the Year.
yeah, Rookie of the Year. It's like I want to tell him.
What is it?
I want to tell him next time he calls in.
He's like the breaker of chains, mother of dragons.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I want to tell him, listen, you gotta stop saying that, man. People are cringing, and this ain't the cocksucking channel. But listen, the point is, going back to who'd fight who. All right, you know what? Going back to the actual style of the fight, Canelo Triple G, like Recognize said, there's nothing that Triple G can do right now to make it a miraculous win. He's not going to pull a win out of his ass, save for a one-punch knockout. A fight against Canelo is essentially a lose-lose situation because let's face it, Canelo is no chump. It's not like the fight was a washout for Golovkin, the second one. Canelo was coming forward, or standing his ground, landing some hellacious body shots, or at least throwing some body shots. It's not gonna be easy for Golovkin.
He was throwing some good body shots. No, he was throwing good body shots. Man.
Yeah,
those body shots were getting his attention. I could tell.
Hey, BDA, there's a phone call.
Canelo was juiced up, bro, in that fight. All right, that Clemburio kicked in was it September? No, it was September.
All right,
in September, bro. He was juiced the fuck up, man. You can't.
Hold on. BDA, go ahead.
Yeah, the phone call, it's still Revolution in there. I don't see a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
I'm losing my mind.
I'm still in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, what about
Sorry,
this?
Revolution.
Yeah, I stopped listening to what
Canelo.
Butcher was saying a long time ago.
Yeah.
Was that Revolution? What'd you say?
How about this? In regards to Canelo, he's got knee problems. So if Triple G could last another year and a half, right? If he could fight two more guys and kind of get like a couple really good tune-ups. And when I mean tune-ups, like something he can really take into the next fight and get some momentum from. What if Canelo's knee starts giving out on him?
That's a good point. That's a good point, because now let me ask you this, Revolucion.
Could wait out Canelo back the way Canelo waited out Triple G.
But let's talk about the source. Do you think Canelo's knee problems are from hanging around with De La Hoya too much? If you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's exactly where it comes from.
Well, I don't know. You tell me, guys.
God.
I think you know what I think. I think Ryan Garcia is going to be experiencing the same problems in a couple of years. I don't know. That's just my.
Did you see Ryan Garcia dancing, man?
That's the boxing spectrum right there.
The boxing spectrum. What?
No, but I think Revolution brings up a good point. You know, as time goes on, I mean, look, he's gonna have all the best people to like make sure that this fucking machine, right, the money machine, is able to fight, and I don't expect that to be a major problem, but it could be in a couple of years. Yeah, knee problems don't go away; they don't go away.
That's true. Knee problems are a pain in the butt, man. You know, it's like back problems and knee problems. Those are the worst. I don't. Those can be career enders right there. And all right, so Revolution, anything else you want to say before we go?
No, not really anything else, man.
All right. So thank you for calling in. Fantastic. Thank you for calling in. You too, man. Take it easy. All right. By the way, sorry, Butcher, you were right. We have another call. Last call we have. Michael Stott is back on the line.
You ever made love to a man?
Give me some chon chon. I love black people.
All right. So that's
Jesus.
That's Michael Stott.
He did finish that bottle.
Yeah, he did finish the bottle.
Fucking nauseating.
All right. Butcher, what else do we got, man? Is that about it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you know what? I think it was a pretty good performance from Canelo. You know what? Just as a last point here, it's interesting how Rolls he had a good guard. You saw Triple G trying to get around it, throwing hard shots, and it took him a while before getting him out of there. It's just a testament. I got to give Canelo credit, man. That chin of his and his defense, it took him 24 rounds with Golovkin, and I mean all the way up to the rematch to finally get stunned by a Triple G shot. And even then, when he got stunned, he came right, like he shook it off like it was nothing. A couple of seconds afterwards, does this guy have one of the best chins in boxing, or is it just me?
He did get stunned, but he got stunned in the first fight too.
Yeah, he did. But you know what?
That hook shot that I was talking about.
Yeah, that happened in the fourth round, and he wasn't. Oh, the fifth round. He wasn't. He started. He was like in survival mode after that for quite a while. But you know what? He rolls with a lot of those punches too. BDA. So, you know, he kind of takes. It's a credit to him. I'm saying he kind of takes the thunder out of the punch when he rolls with it.
Right. Which shot was that in the first fight? I don't remember him being stunned in the first fight.
I think it was the fifth round. Remember when he just out of nowhere just started he got hit, then he just started like going back and forth. I was like, okay. And even I think it was Max or somebody said, no, he got hurt with that punch. And you know how they go back and forth and like, no, he's hurt.
Yeah,
I never seen him backed up like this. And he was backing up, even almost put his hands on the floor, which would have made it an official knockdown. No, he got hurt. He got hurt in that second fight.
He got backed up, bro. He got backed up. He got hit, and then he was running. He was backing up like fast, and then Triple G was landing like jabs on him, soft jabs, nothing really behind that shit. He was trying to catch him with the right hand, trying to finish him, but he ran through that shit. He took a sidestep to the left and avoided all that shit before he got annihilated. That's pretty much what happened in that round. I don't remember exactly what round, but I know it wasn't the first 4. That's for sure. It was somewhere past the 5, I think 6, 7, 8, somewhere on that area.
Somewhere. Yeah,
I thought it was the 5th or the 6th, man. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I think he landed a heavy fucking right hand, which got him his whole body spinning and shit.
Yeah, but Canelo got tired right after the 4th round, and that's when I remember
And that
him.
ninth round, go back to that ninth round of the first fight. He was getting his ass whipped.
Yeah, I thought it was in the 4th round of the first fight. He got tired, and that's when he started backing up more. He started saying, "You know what? I'm just gonna lure this guy in," and it wasn't a good strategy because Triple G was just tagging him with those little shots. But listen, hey, Golovkin got through this fight. He got the knockout before 6 rounds, so that's pretty good for him. Now we'll see what happens in his next fight. Who is he gonna fight? There's Zulensky Andrade. I mean, yeah, Zulensky Andrade.
I'm
Maybe
gonna fight Triple G in the next fight.
Was that?
I'm fighting Triple G in the next fight. I just got a phone
Yeah,
call.
yeah. You're gonna need you're gonna need more than a cup of coffee to get through that workout. Let me tell you that much right now.
I mean, I got a lot of height over him, but that's all I have basically. I'm waiting.
Yeah, so just like when you listen, recognize, no offense, man, but you didn't want to sign the contract against Cotto. I don't see you signing the contract against Triple G.
Well, it was a little different, man. I was outnumbered. You know?
You were outnumbered.
By a
All right,
bunch of
listen.
He's gonna be wearing that Puerto
What's up?
Rican, just Puerto Rican trunks, but with a rainbow flag on it.
All right, listen. Before we go, last call 203. I think it's Revolucion again. 203. You're on the line.
Yo, it's Revolution again, real quick.
Go ahead.
I forgot, yo. Do you guys want to talk about from last night, Zab Judah and Cletus Seldin?
Oh, no, we don't want to talk. I mean, listen, just to recap for people that didn't see that fight. I didn't see it, but I read it. Zab Judah, the great Zab Judah, got stopped by Cletus. What's his name again?
Cletus Seldin, the Hebrew Hammer. Now, you know, so this happened in Verona, New York. So
That's
by
right.
Minnesota, where the Hall of Fame took place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all relevant, a little historical. I think this is the end of Judah's career.
You think so?
He just rushed from the opening bell. And I think we're going to see Cletus Seldin going against perhaps a Regis Prograis.
Oh, come on.
Or Josh Taylor one day.
No.
I think this is going to propel him. I think
Hey guys, did Paulie Malignaggi fight today?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I think Revolucion
No, that's
got
June 22nd.
Yeah,
Oh,
Revolucion.
22nd. I can't wait.
Revolucion got cut off. Revolucion, you were saying? Sorry.
I was saying that Cletus Seldin is going to be the next Spike O'Sullivan. He's going to get propelled from this fight into something that he's going to not be able to handle, and it's going to be a beautiful knockout, and it's on the horizon. I'm predicting it.
There you go. There you guys have it. Revolucion is making that prediction. I think he's trolling a little bit, but Cletus, Cletus. I keep calling him Cletus. Cletus or whatever his name is, Seldin versus Zab Judah.
Cletus, yeah.
Cletus, yeah, whatever. It was the Battle of Brooklyn Jews, and it was quite a fight, from what I hear.
This was payback for the Crown Heights.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Achaim.
How they say it?
What the fuck are you guys talking about? But yeah, listen, Cletus got outboxed badly by a guy from Montreal. What's his name again? Yves Ulysse, who's, he's a pretty good boxer, but he looked like Sugar Ray Robinson in there against fucking Cletus Seldin. I think Cletus Seldin, put him in there against a guy that's not going to throw punches or a guy that's not going to move, and he'll be fine. Put him in there against a guy with skills, all of a sudden he's going to need some Rothschild's money to get out of that fight with a win. All right, guys, listen.
He'll need some good propaganda to win that fight.
Well, I didn't say that. Hold on a second. Listen, let me put the disclaimer up. The views and opinions expressed by the guest are those of the guest, actually, and not necessarily reflect the views of BDA Boxing. Blah 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 blue. So there's the disclaimer right there. All right, guys. All right. So listen, we said it all.
I'm kidding, of course.
I know. Listen, guys, we said it all. All right. Revolucion's out. Thank you for calling back, Revolucion, for reminding us of that mega fight that took place last night in the state of New York. Guys, we said it all. Pretty good win for Golovkin. He did what he had to do. Got the guy out of there in spectacular fashion. Boxing Spectrum aka Gonzalez, says, BDA, since you are Rolls promoter from Canada, are you giving him another fight or is he retiring? He's not retiring. We're just getting started, baby. We're just getting started. It was just a tip of the iceberg. He put on a good performance. He landed some good shots against Triple G. I think he's Canada's next big star. He's the next. Move over, Celine Dion. We got a new star in Canada, and his name is Steve Rolls. All right.
Mr. BDA is gonna use him till he ends up like Gerald McCullough. Okay, that's
now
the way
wait a
BDA
minute.
does.
Why do you have to paint me as some form of exploitation?
Wait a minute. You said Celine Dion. Is he gonna get AIDS as well? Is that what's gonna happen?
Okay, now you know what? I'm shutting this down. I'm not gonna let you badmouth Canadian institution. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you badmouth a Canadian goddess like Celine Dion. All right, it's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. All right, so listen. We said it all. We had boxing style and recognize on the line. Talked a little bit about Gennady Golovkin. His win. He did what he had to. And we got a couple of good callers. I want to thank Gonzalo and Chris K for donating. I don't think we read Chris K's message. Boxing Style said he had Triple G in 6 rounds. And Chris K said Triple G versus Canelo at 168. Fully hydrated madness. Huh. That wouldn't be a bad idea, 168. Anyway, listen. I want to thank Recognize and Boxing Style for calling in. Always appreciate you having guys on board and hangout. I also want to thank
Peace, everybody.
See ya.
On the panelists and all the panelists and the chat. Peace.
That's right,
bros. See you guys next time.
All right, take it easy, guys. So thank you for joining us on the hangout. I also want to thank everybody that listened and everybody that called in. Don't forget to call in, guys. Next time, don't be shy. Just make sure you don't call in high, because it makes me have to work harder, having to get the questions out of you guys. All right, I don't want to be the inquisitor in this show. So thank you guys for calling in. Thank you guys for listening. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the hangout. In the chat room. Michael Stott, The Punisher, Ship of the Suns, Overhand, Fight Scout, 1-2 Kid, Quags, Pop Tart Gun, The Fight Scout, John Connor. What am I saying? John O'Connor. Seamus Carey, James Rich, Caution Boxing, Amak PvP, Jason Morn. Who else am I forgetting? Am I forgetting somebody? Pete was in there as well. Hawker Mustang, Gonzalo, The Punisher, Official Scorecard Boxing, Larry Print, Koran Bread, and many more. You guys know who you are. Thank you for calling in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on Discord and Instagram. And we will see you on the next one. Take it easy, folks. Have a good night.